Hello YouTubers. Today's topic I want to talk about doing exercises on the mouthpiece alone. Whether you're alto, tenor, soprano, baritone, clarinet, it's all useful, and I'm going to demonstrate some of the exercises and also talk about some of the reasons why you want to do it in the first place. But before we go on, please press that like button, subscribe to my channel, make sure you press that notification button so that you get notified when the next time I release another video. So let's get into it. Now, exercises on the mouthpiece is something that I first learned about from Joe Aller when I was studying with him at the Manhattan School of Music. I had always seen brass players, trumpet players, trombonists, tubas, always playing scales on their mouthpiece, and I had never even thought of the idea that this was even possible to be done on the Woodman mouthpiece at all until Joe had demonstrated it. And he also had a series of exercises on what to play on them. Basically, if I'm just going to demonstrate this using my alto saxophone mouthpiece, and basically it was that the lowest note, he would start at the lowest note on the mouthpiece, and that was usually a concert C. So you first had to find the note on the mouthpiece. He would first start it out blowing into not the normal playing position that we have the mouthpiece in your mouth, but basically it would start at an angle, and he would slowly, when going up the scale, we would turn the mouthpiece upwards. So it would turn out something like this. I like to demonstrate it here. Now, performing this exercise on the mouthpiece is not easy at first. It takes some practice to do the first starting out on the first notes and then be able to go up the scale. And the thing about it too is basically the same scale if I'm going to be using starting with C on clarinet mouthpiece or even a soprano saxophone mouthpiece. Soprano saxophone mouthpiece might wind up starting on F. You have to first try it out for yourself. With me it starts on F, but oftentimes on the clarinet mouthpiece I also get it to start out on the C as well. So back to the question, why would you want to even do these exercises? Well, first of all, it does improve your tone on the instrument without actually having to have the whole instrument with you, in case you're in a situation where it's not conducive to practice at that time to put your instrument together, and then at least you keep your embouchure in shape. It also helps improve your intonation. It improves your intonation because you're developing a flexibility on using the mouthpiece. Now, if you have what goes like a bite tape or a bite plate on the mouthpiece, it could wind up having some trouble if you're not able to move back and forth with the mouthpiece, pretty easily. Having that tape on the mouthpiece would hinder your flexibility on moving up and down the mouthpiece. So I'm personally am not a fan of using those at all because of that reason, because it hinders my flexibility on the mouthpiece, so I don't use them. But there are other people who are basically as a little bit sensitive and maybe it doesn't feel good against their teeth and they want to use them. I say if you're going to use one of these mouthpiece guards or tapes on the mouthpiece, then try to use one that's thin as possible. There are also ones that are quite thick, but that's not going to work at all if you use those. I mean, you wind up tearing off the bite plate, or that bite tape if you're going to use a thick one, but I'd say try to use a thin one as much as possible. So basically, again, to improve your tone, it improves also your intonation. It also gives you a bit of a workout for ear training. You could, because then you'll have to, you're playing not only the C major scale, but you're going to be working toward creating other intervals. In fact, Joe had a whole, I guess, altogether 5 or 6 pages of exercises just for the mouthpiece alone, which went through a whole chromatic exercises just within that one octave, and even was able to bring it down, to a low A when you're really stretching it out. But there's a similar exercise like this that's used with the saxophone, with the mouthpiece, and everything like this. But one can start out this way. If you have difficulty first getting the lowest note, maybe you want to start out at the highest note and try to work your way down. And then just first start with the first intervals. And go in this way. This is one way to work through it. But even if you just do 5 minutes a day, it'll really improve your embouchure and intonation. What this also does is that if you're a player who's also just starting out, or even if you're playing the altissimo range already, it's excellent for improving your altissimo as well. Not only for hearing the intervals, but just basically having that embouchure, having that muscle memory, and all those hit those notes a lot cleaner, and it'll wind up extending it, and it'll make it a lot easier to play the altissimo range. I prepared a bunch of mouthpiece exercises that'll be on the link below this video that you'll be able to download for free and try out the first steps on playing exercises on the mouthpiece. So please comment, subscribe if you have any questions whatsoever about how to do this, how to start off, and or anything else related to saxophone that you wanna try, or if you even had the experience of playing exercises on the mouthpiece, tell us about it. So in any case, Evan Tate signing out here. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.